most common thing we do in Outlook is email. So I'd like to have a look at the email side of Outlook 2010. First of all, to create a new email, I'm going to hit the New Email button. And the first thing I've recommended is that you enable the BCC field. Whenever you create a new email, you automatically get a To field and a CC field, but you don't automatically get a BCC field unless you enable it. If you click on the Options tab in the ribbon, you'll see you have a button BCC. And if I click this, the BCC field now shows, and it will show every time you create a new email. In fact, if I close this email and proceed to make another new email, you'll see the BCC is showing. The idea of the BCC, and the To and the CC for that matter, is if I choose somebody's name, say Stu, then this email is to Stu, and he should feel compelled to reply to me. But I might also CC, and that means send a carbon copy, to somebody else. So I might send it to Dennis. Dennis doesn't feel like he has to reply to me because he's just been kept in the loop. A copy or a carbon copy has just been sent to him, and you can choose as many people as you'd like to put in your CC. But what you can also do is send a blind carbon copy or a BCC to someone as well. So I might choose Mike. The idea here is Stu, Dennis and Garth will see each other, but these three won't know that a copy was also blindly sent to Mike Arnold. And if there happens to be two people in the BCC, they won't know about each other. You don't have to populate all the fields. Let me show you. I can just send an email to a group of people all in the BCC. The reason for this is, often when I send an email to a large group of people, I'll put them in the BCC to shield their personal information so that their emails don't go flying around other email systems. Also, a lot of my clients are also my competition, so I'm sending out an email to all my clients. I don't want to give my email list away to my competition, so I'll put them all in the BCC. So just decide which is the best place to put the email address. Attaching files to an email is easily done using this button here. The Attach File button allows you to go outside of Outlook and to choose a number of files that you want to attach. And it's just a matter of locating the files. So I might actually go, I'll go here, and I'll attach a couple of Word documents. And insert. And that's how you can attach as many files as you like. If you send this email as a rich text email, you may notice that the attached files don't appear under subject, and it may be even that you receive an email and the attachments are not under the subject. Let me try and make this clearer. If I go to the Format Text option in my ribbon, I can choose not to construct this email as HTML, but instead as rich text. If I choose rich text, then the attachments actually appear in the body of the email and not in the attachment field under subject. And if there happens to be a lot of text prior, then sometimes the attachments can end up all the way down at the bottom of an email. If I change my email format back to HTML, then suddenly the attachments appear here. So just be aware that if attachments aren't showing under the subject, they may be in the body of the email further down because the person sent you a rich text email instead of an HTML email. Now, besides attaching files which exist outside of Outlook, you can also attach items that exist inside of Outlook. If I go Attach Item, I can go to Outlook Item, and I might decide to attach a contact, like a contact group, and I can attach them. I might decide to attach another Outlook item, and it might be my business card, so I'll go to Contacts and I'll find me. And so instead of me actually writing all my details and then they having to type that into a contact, they can simply double click my attached contact, they can hit save and close, and I'll be added to their contacts. They call it a V card because it's a virtual business card. So if you also want to attach other items, such as an email, I can attach an email to an email and send this. When they double click, they'll be able to read the original email. Anything can be attached. It can be emails, it can be appointments, it can be contacts, it might even be a note or a task. Now, the one thing I've noticed with constructing this particular new email is I don't have a signature showing. To merge your signatures, click the signature button in the ribbon and choose signatures. The thing is, you have to have at least one signature, and I do have a signature here, but it's not automatically coming up. If your signature is not automatically coming up, you need to tell it that when you construct a new message to use a particular signature, and I'll tell it to use my external signature. If I reply or forward an email, I also want to use my external signature. So now to bring up my external signature whenever I construct a new message or I reply or forward to a message. Let me show you. So if I go OK and close this email, from now on whenever I create a new email, I automatically have my signature. Now the thing also with signatures is you can have more than one. For example, I'll go back to the signature button and choose signatures. I believe that people should have more than one signature. This is my external signature because it's got my full details, but I might also create an internal signature for those within my organisation. To make a second signature, I'll hit the new button and I'll call it internal. And OK. And here I just type what I want it to show. So I just type Kathy Barker and my extension. And that's it really. So I hit save. And now I have two signatures, an external one for outside the organisation and an internal one for inside the organisation. Often I like to have a signature that's just the disclaimer as well. So I'm just going to drag over this text here and take a copy of it. I'll make a new signature and I'll call it disclaimer only. And OK. I'll then right click in here and I'll paste my disclaimer only and I'll save that signature. So now I have three signatures. And lastly, I might create a fourth signature which is just a blank signature. So I'll choose new and I'll type blank and OK. And what I'll do is I'll just give it a series of spaces and I'll hit save. So now that I have four signatures, I can switch between whichever signature I want to use. I'll click OK. If I want to switch to my internal signature, I'll right click and I'll choose internal. If I want to switch to my disclaimer only, I'll right click and I'll go to disclaimer. If I want to go to my blank signature, I'll right click and choose blank. And because I gave it a few spaces, I can right click the few spaces and switch back to my external signature. So if you reply to emails on behalf of a number of people, you may create different signatures for those different peoples you're replying on behalf of. Or if you wear different hats, you may wish to reply with a different signature.